Good evening, I'm Steffan, and you're watching Trending Update USA. Tonight, our top story centers around one of the brightest young stars in world tennis, Coco Gauff, and the strong wave of support she has recently received from a former top player. In a moment that has captured attention across the tennis community, a former world No.4 has spoken out in defense of Coco Gauff, calling her very bold for the way she has handled criticism, pressure, and expectations at such a young age. Coco Gauff, just 21 years old, has already achieved more than most players could dream of. She has captured a Grand Slam title, reached the top tier of the WTA rankings, and become one of the most marketable figures in global sports. But with that level of success has also come a heavy spotlight, one that at times has brought criticism, scrutiny, and unfair comparisons to other tennis legends. Recently, a debate emerged in the tennis world about whether Gauff's aggressive playing style, her outspoken nature, and her willingness to voice her views both on and off the court have made her a target for critics. Some have questioned her tactical choices during matches, others have brought up the pressure of being labeled the next Serena Williams, and a handful of analysts have even suggested that Gauff is being pushed into the limelight too quickly. But in the midst of these conversations, a former world No.4 stepped forward and gave a powerful defense of Gauff. Speaking in an exclusive interview, this retired star praised Gauff's boldness, saying she has shown remarkable courage in expressing herself authentically and playing the game her own way. The former top player said, and I quote, "Coco is very bold. She doesn't shy away from pressure, she doesn't hide from criticism, and that is something that not many players her age can handle." This endorsement has been widely welcomed, not only by Gauff's fans but also by fellow players on the WTA Tour. The word bold is now being embraced as a defining trait of Coco Gauff's character, bold in her shot making, bold in her pursuit of titles, and bold in her willingness to speak her mind. Let's take a closer look at why this comment matters and what it reveals about the path Coco Gauff is forging in tennis. First, we have to remember that Coco Gauff's rise has been meteoric. At just 15, she made global headlines by defeating Venus Williams at Wimbledon, instantly becoming a household name. With that victory came enormous expectations, and many tennis observers began to draw parallels between her and the Williams sisters. For some players, those comparisons would be a crushing weight, but Gauff has taken them in stride. Second, the idea of being bold in women's tennis has often been controversial. Players who show strong emotions, confidence, and outspoken views have sometimes been criticized in ways their male counterparts are not. That's why this public defense of Gauff is so significant. It highlights the importance of encouraging young athletes to stay true to themselves rather than conforming to what critics expect. The former world No.4 who made these remarks knows firsthand what it's like to deal with pressure. During their own career, they faced the weight of national expectations and the ups and downs of competing at the very top. So their words carry extra weight when they say that Gauff's boldness is not a weakness but a strength. Fans on social media have responded positively as well. Across X, Instagram, and tennis forums, thousands of fans have echoed the sentiment that Gauff's courage to be bold is one of the things that makes her stand out. Some fans wrote that they admire her resilience in the face of criticism, while others praised her for being a role model for younger athletes who want to pursue their dreams with confidence. But it's not just about image and personality. Gauff's boldness is reflected directly in her tennis. Her powerful ground strokes, aggressive return game, and willingness to go for risky shots have helped her win matches against some of the best players in the world. Even when those risks don't always pay off, her fearless approach keeps her in contention against top competition. Sports analysts are also weighing in on the discussion. Some argue that being bold is exactly what separates champions from regular players. They note that every great champion, from Serena Williams to Maria Sharapova, from Novak Djokovic to Rafael Nadal, has had to possess a boldness that goes beyond just hitting the ball. It's a mindset, a refusal to be intimidated, and a determination to prove doubters wrong. This brings us to an important point. Coco Gauff is still at the beginning of her career. At 21, she has already achieved so much, yet she still has a decade or more of tennis ahead of her. If boldness is already being recognized as one of her defining traits, then we can expect that she will only grow stronger and more confident with time. Off the court, Gauff has also shown her willingness to speak out on social issues. She has used her platform to discuss topics like racial justice, gender equality, and the importance of mental health in sports. For some, that has sparked debate about whether athletes should get involved in issues outside of their sport. But the former world number 4 who defended Gauff argued that this is precisely what makes her so special. She is not afraid to use her voice. And here's where the word bold takes on an even deeper meaning. Coco Gauff isn't just bold in tennis, she's bold in life. She embraces her role as a leader, even if it means facing criticism. She isn't satisfied with just winning titles, she wants to make a difference. That's a rare quality, and it's one that deserves recognition. As this story continues to spread, it's clear that the support of a respected former top player has added fuel to the momentum behind Gauff's growing reputation. While she still has challenges ahead, improving consistency, handling the physical toll of the tour, and continuing to compete against the very best, her boldness might be the very thing that carries her to even greater heights. In conclusion, Coco Gauff has once again proven why she is one of the most compelling figures in modern sports. The defense from a former world number 4, who called her very bold, is not just a statement of support, it's a validation of everything Gauff stands for. From her fearless playing style to her confident personality, from her resilience under pressure to her activism off the court, Gauff continues to show the world that boldness is not something to be criticized but celebrated. That's all for now on this story. We'll continue to follow Coco Gauff's journey closely as she pushes forward in her career. For Trending Update USA, I'm Steffan. Stay tuned for more trending updates from the world of sports and beyond.